Good. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to touch base with you on an awesome lesson I saw the other day on using a letter to represent the unknown.
You thought it was awesome. I'm kind of nervous about this.
I'll tell you what, that is a hard lesson.
Yes.
And that's the first time they see that. How do you think it went?
I definitely thought it was challenging. But I feel like some of them got it, some of them didn't. I did an exit ticket at the end, and so that was able to really help me gauge on who had a really solid understanding and who I need to re-hit that skill with later.
That's great, and I loved how you used your exit ticket. I wish everyone would do that. Okay, so I'm just going to go through. I took some notes, and they were all great things. If you have any questions while I'm talking, just let me know. So your objectives were clear at the beginning of the lesson. You kind of prepared them. You kind of told them, like, this is going to be hard. And I thought that was smart because I feel like you got their attention when you did that. I love your stage in your room.
Thank you.
Are you liking having it?
Yes, I love it. I feel like a superstar when I'm on it. Me and my dad built it together.
That's so sweet. It's just precious. I just thought it was really organized. I liked how you had that small group come down and sit around that stage, and you had all your materials that you needed, which you didn't need a whole lot for that lesson, but I just felt like you were super organized. You are always so positive with your students, and that's something that I think is great. Every time I've heard you interact with them, you're nothing but positive. Let's talk about transitions. How did you feel your transitions went between your groups when you switched them?
I mean, I feel like that's kind of how they always go. I feel like it always kind of takes forever for us to switch and then to get everything settled. But I hate to say it, like, that's kind of just how my class is when we transition.
Okay, well, I do have a suggestion for you. I've actually got a couple. There are these timers. I have one on my desk, and when it's time to transition, I think it counts down from like a minute 30, something super short. They set it and it beeps when it goes off, so they kind of know when their time is running up. So you could try that, or if like they want to do like skip counting while they switch, and that would be a really good use of doing their fluency and transitioning.
Okay.
So
I'll definitely try that.
That was my suggestion for that. But I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. I know what you mean. I felt like you were ready to get going with the next group, and they just weren't settled.
Yes. You always have this few that just
yes.
lying behind.
Yeah. So technology. I thought all your kids, when they were on their Chromebooks doing their independent part, were fine with their computers. You only had one student who I thought maybe had a problem with his computer, but you've got a great sign up in your room that kind of tells them what to do.
All right, Ms. Melgrove is drawing for the next door prizes. First one is Mag Ewan. Next one is Miss Kim Baker. Then we have Miss Lindsay, Miss Laura Ogletree.
What if it's you?
And last but not least, Miss Terry Monroe. Y'all come up and get a prize.
Okay.
Sorry.
So anyways, he raised his hand for a second. I think he tried to get your attention, but then he realized real quickly, like, he knew how to fix it by looking at your poster, and he figured it out, which I thought was really impressive. Your expectations for your class were very high. The pacing was really good. You finished your lesson in a good amount of time. Even with the transitions taking a little bit longer, the pacing was great. You felicitate really well when you were even down there at the stage with them. Like, I really saw you making sure they were getting it, and that was a really good formative assessment you were doing there. Your discipline's great. Tell me, y'all started using what, PBIS points this year? Tell me about that.
Yes, so it's a school-wide program that we're using. And so at the beginning of the year, all the kids were sorted into like these houses. It's kind of like Harry Potter. But so they work as hard as they can in all of their subjects and everywhere that they go around school to earn points for their like house.
Okay.
And so they're constantly, it's a great incentive because they're constantly trying to earn points for their house.
Okay. Yeah, and I loved how you would tell them specifically what they earned a point for, if they would go above and beyond and during your lesson, which I thought was really good, and it really seemed to help your classroom management out a lot. Do you have any other questions for me about anything?
What's my score?
Well, you are a 4, which is very impressive for a first year teacher.
Thank you.
I really think there's just a couple areas where I rated you a 3, but you're doing great. And you'll get a copy of this when we're done, and you can take it and read through it. And if you have questions after this, just get with me. Everything, I mean, I was just really impressed with your lesson. You did a great job. And
thank you so much for the positive feedback.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and give this to you, and you can look through it, and you did a great job.
Thank you so much.